let us discuss the 42nd topic, that is Bohr atomic model. So what kind of questions will be asking based on this Bohr atomic model? So the very first thing, what are the three postulates that are given by Bohr? First one says all electrons revolve in circular orbits around nucleus. Like if this is nucleus, there are circular orbits around it, and the orbital number is like 1, 2, 3, so on, and you will represent like K, L, M, N, O, so on. So this is the representation of orbitals: K orbit, L orbit, M orbit, N orbit, so on. Then the second postulate says, that is angular momentum, because if you consider one particular orbit, the electron revolves in a particular radius with a velocity Vn, then the angular momentum is actually mvnRn. Because what is the formula of angular momentum? mvr sin theta, where theta is angle between v bar and r bar. Here angle is 90, so sin 90 is 1. So mvnRn for nth orbit. Now this angular momentum is equal to integral multiples of h by 2 pi. That's why it is called like angular momentum is quantized. Quantization of angular momentum. And the most important one, that is third one. Third one is, what is the third one is, when electron takes transition from one high level to low level, higher orbital to lower orbital, and each orbital has its own energy, then the energy emits in the form of photon, that is En2 minus En1. Also remember one more thing here, this is the energy emitted from the atom when it when it take transition from higher level to lower level. So higher level energy minus lower level energy. Similarly, when you consider, if you want to excite the electron from lower level to higher level, then this much of energy you have to give to the electron. So the energy required to excite from one orbit to another orbit, and the energy releases when it takes transition from that higher orbit to the lower orbit, both are same. So this is the equation, that is hc by lambda, also you can write it. So these are the three postulates. Based on this, you will derive the equations for nth orbit for any atom. But here one thing, when you specify any atom, you have to specify one thing, that it is applicable to only hydrogen and hydrogen like atom, because here we will consider the interaction between the nucleus and the one single electron. So it is applicable to only one electron particle or one electron atom, so that the electric force between, what is the charge on the nucleus? Z into E, total number of protons times charge of proton. So what is the electrostatic force? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by r square. R is the radius. But this will provide the required centripetal force mvn square by rn. Then from this equation you will get the relation for speed and radius, where mvn rn equal to nh by 2 pi. Then you will get Rn value as, if you solve these two things, n square h square epsilon naught by pi me square z, where Rn is proportional to n square by z. For hydrogen atom, if you consider, z is 1, so that Rn is proportional to n square, and for n equal to 1, that is R0 or A0, radius of first orbit of hydrogen atom, it is also called as Bohr radius. That value is 0.53 angstroms approximately. So in generally you can represent, that is when N1 Z1, so this value is h square epsilon naught pi me square times n square by z equal to 0.53 angstroms times n square by z. So remember this equation. So they can ask for any atom like lithium. So hydrogen, helium, lithium. Lithium means what is Z? 3. Substitute Z. And for lithium, 4th orbit, then N equal to 4. But you cannot apply for lithium. You can apply for lithium plus plus. When you remove 2 electrons, then it will become the single electron system. So this is radius. Similarly, if you consider the same two equation, then you will get the velocity equation Vn. That will become Ze square by 2nh epsilon naught. So that is proportional to Z by n. For hydrogen atom, you will take it as Z equal to 1. Similarly, when you consider the kinetic energy, as the body is revolving with some speed. So what is the kinetic energy? Half m Vn square. Substitute the Vn value here. So m z square e power 4 by 8 n square h square epsilon naught square. And what is the potential energy? Potential energy of two charged particle system. It is like one charge and another charge separated by a distance Rn. So minus k q1 q2 by r square. If you substitute Rn value, then you will get it as minus mz square e power 4 by 4n square h square epsilon naught square. Then the total energy will become kn plus un. If you add these two things, you will get 8 minus mz square e power 4 by 8n square h square epsilon naught square. Where if you compare these three values, the total energy is negative of kinetic energy and half of potential energy for any orbital. So this is the relation between, for any orbital, the total energy, kinetic energy and potential energy of an electron. So based on this, the very first kind of question they can ask you. And the other kind of question they will ask you based on third postulate, that is when electron takes transition, then En2 En1 equal to hc by lambda. Then you will get the equation 1 by lambda equal to r into 1 by n2 square minus 1 by n1 square, or z square also will come, but for hydrogen atom z is how much? 1. For other atoms, if they ask, then z value you substitute. Then 1 by lambda is called wave number, that is r into 1 by n2 square minus 1 by n1 square, where r is Rydberg constant. The value of Rydberg constant is 1.097 into 10 power 7 meter per meter. Then 1 by r value is approximately 912 or 915 angstroms. So what is the 1 by r value? 915. Why I am giving this? Because in solving the questions it is helpful. So every time if you substitute r value, it becomes difficult to calculate. That's why I am telling you to remember this value. Now based on this data, when you consider hydrogen spectrum. What is hydrogen spectrum? When electron takes transition, then there are different types of photon energies possible, and those lie in different regions, and we categorize them into 5 types. Like if electron takes transition from any higher level to first orbit or ground state, so all the wavelengths we will call it as, or they fall under one series called Lyman series. So here n1 is 1 and n2 can be 2, 3, 4 and so on, anything. And here they can ask you like for one particular series, like that there are 5 series. So they can ask you what is the minimum wavelength, what is the maximum wavelength, they can ask you. Like the minimum wavelength means n2 is maximum, maximum means infinity. You have to substitute in the lambda formula, like 1 by lambda equal to r 1 by n2 square minus 1 by n1 square. Now next is like Balmer series. If electron takes transition to higher level to second orbit, this is called Balmer series. Then here n1 is 2, n2 is 3, 4, so on. Then similarly, when it takes transition to third orbit, then it is called Paschen series. Then here n1 is 3 and n2 is 4, 5, so on. And this one, when electron takes transition to fourth one, bracket series. Here n1 is 4, n2 is 5, 6, 7, so on. Now similarly, when electron takes transition to fifth orbit, then it is like n1 is 5, n2 can be 6, 7, 8 and so on. And this we call it as Pfund series. So remember the n1 value for all the series, then you will get n2. Like n1 is 1, then n2 will start from 2. Then n1 is 4, then n2 will begin from 5. Like that, you can get one maximum possible wavelength and one minimum possible wavelength. When n2 is maximum, then wavelength is minimum. When n2 is minimum, then wavelength is maximum. Longest wavelength possible for a series and the least wavelength possible for a series based on this. And now one more question also they will ask you, like if the electron is in one excited state or any orbit, suppose it is in n equal to 5. So in what are all the possible ways it can reach the ground state? That means the total number of spectral lines possible. That number is given by n into n minus 1 by 2. So that here 5 into 5 minus 1 by 2. Like you take this case, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now it is in fifth state. It can come to first directly, or it can come to second, or it can come to third, it can come to fourth. Now from here it can come here, it can come here, it can come here. Now from here it can come here, or it can come here. Then from here it can come here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 into 4 by 2, how much? 10. So this is number of spectral lines for electron in nth orbit. Sometimes same thing they will tell you like nth excited state. So nth excited state means the orbital number will become n plus 1. Then now n is n plus 1, number of spectral lines will become n into n is n plus 1, n minus 1, n plus 1 minus 1 divided by 2. That means n into now n plus 1 by 2. For nth orbital n into n minus 1, for nth excited state n into n plus 1 by 2. So remember the difference, because sometimes they will mention this, sometimes they will mention that. Now similarly, let us consider some questions so that we can understand how to apply these things. Consider in hydrogen like atom, electron jumps from M to L shell. So n equal to 1 means K, n equal to 2 means M, L, n equal to 3 means M, n equal to 4 means N, so on. Now first jump is from M to L, 3 to 2. Then the corresponding wavelength is lambda. Then they are asking the wavelength when it is from N to L, 4 to 2. What is the general equation? 1 by lambda equal to R into 1 by N2 square minus N1 square. So that lambda equal to, this is 1 by lambda. 1 by lambda equal to r into 1 by, in first case 3 to 2. So 1 by n1 square minus n2 square. So this is 1 by 2 square minus 1 by 3 square. Now here 1 by lambda equal to r into 1 by 4 minus 1 by 9. So that 5r by 36. So lambda is 36 by 5r. So this way you can get it. Now take the second case, n to L, 4 to 2. So 1 by lambda dash equal to r into 1 by 2 square minus 1 by 4 square. So 1 by lambda dash equal to 1 by 4 minus 1 by 16. Then 1 by lambda dash equal to r into 16 minus 4 12 by 4 into 16, 4 3s are. So lambda dash equal to 16 by 3r. And I gave you already 1 by r value, that is approximately 915 angstroms. Then you can compare both of them. So you will get lambda dash. So this is how you can calculate it. Now take the other question, second question. The question is, if first line of Balmer's series in hydrogen spectrum, that is n equal to 322 is 660 nanometer. Just now we calculated. N equal to 322 means what is the lambda value we got? 36 by 5r. Now what is the second Balmer line? See, first Balmer line means n2 2 and n3 should be 3. The second line means n2 is n1. n1 is 2 only, but n2 should be 3 4. So n1 is same. So n2 is 3 for first line, n2 is 4 for the second line. Then this also we have seen lambda dash. How much we got? 16 by 3r. So that here this value is lambda. How much? 660 nanometer. Then they are asking lambda dash. So from here you can substitute 1 by r value. So lambda dash 16 by 3 into, from here 1 by r is 660 into 5 by 36. So now 4 4s are 4 9s are 3 2s are 2s are, then 4 5s are 20. So 4400 by 9, then approximately 500, less than 500. So this is the wavelength of the second line of Balmer series. Comparison. You have to take the comparison and try to find the wavelength. But the formula is same. Now the last and final question let us consider. That is, let us just try to understand the last and final third question. U of r is half kr square. This is the conservative field energy they have given. Then what is the force will become? The potential energy gradient. So that it will become kr. And this will provide the required centripetal force mv square r. Then v square is proportional to r square, or v is proportional to r. And according to Bohr postulate, mvr equal to nh by 2 pi. So that here Vr is proportional to n, but V is proportional to R, so R into R proportional to n, R square proportional to n, and energy is proportional to half mv square. So you can take it as V square. So here V is proportional to R, R is proportional to n power 1 by 2. So V square is proportional to R square. So En is proportional to V square, nothing but proportional to R square. So R is proportional to, R square is proportional to what? N. So En is proportional to N. So this kind of questions they can ask based on Bohr atomic model. Thank you.